Hey there. So we're at Other Half. You can see the wonderful, beautiful EQE over here. And actually, yeah, I mean, there's not much to see. Yeah, I'll show you guys. It's a scrap metal yard, a Brie smelting bag, and a McDonald's. So we got a flight. We're sitting outside. It's actually quite loud and music-y out there. So hopefully you can hear me. There's trucks and cars and all kinds of stuff. We got a flight right here. And we're at the house flight. The house flight's going to have Forever Ever, which they've been doing for quite a while. It obviously has been through some iterations. It is quite hazy. Wait. Okay. Well, they call it hazy IPA. Wow. They call it hazy IPA, which I guess like everything's a hazy IPA. You know, you don't have to call it pale ale or a session, blah, blah, blah. It's only 4.7%. Green Cities are like flagship. I remember being one of the first accounts to order their beer on Long Island. That's been around for quite a while. And then the house flight also includes Come Out and Play, which is a Southern Hemisphere hopped IPA, and then Wizards, which is a double IPA with like some experimentals. There's Citra, there's Cashmere, Idaho 7, I believe. So let's dig into this tiny little session first. It all looks pretty good. I mean, because I get to see the beers, right? Yeah, you guys can see that. It's quite fresh. I will say, when walking into that facility, it just smells like hops. like I guess they use so much hops. It's a brew day, who knows what, but yeah, this smells like a bag of hops. A little bit myrcene, but quite nice. Nice and sessionable. Relies on a really nice kind of light grapefruit flavor to it. Um, Clean malt bill. Nice light breadiness. Very substantial for a beer that's under 5%. I would have had a hard time guessing that this beer was um, under 5%. I would have guessed like over five, like 5.5. You know, melony, a little bit grapefruit. There's also a substantial bitterness here for such a tiny hazy beer. Quite nice. A little bit of that rounded character. You get a little bit of this kind of like hmm. There's a really nice kind of like light sweet oat wheat thing coming in, and then maybe a little bit of like stone fruit ester. Very good. Let's check out Green City. I mean, this is a banger. This is a beer that was always accessible. We always had it at the bar when I worked in the city. Uh, oh yeah, I mean that's familiar. So this guy's a full-on IPA, 7%, very delectable. This one definitely. See, that's crazy. I would not have guessed that. I almost jumped double in ABV. Right, we went 4.7 to 7%. Um, I wouldn't have guessed that. This beer is obviously a little bit more impactful. It packs more bitterness. It definitely has a little bit more fruit character to it. Right now, I'm getting a little bit more ripe orange. Um, more kind of like ester qualities. So I'm getting more kind of like could be ester and or the hops. Like so now it's more ripe. Now we're getting more peaches and nectarines. A little bit more tropical. A little bit more sticky mango pineapples. But I always found this beer had a little bit of like this dank edge to it. A little bit of this gasoline. Very good. I guess I should have went to this guy first. This guy's 6.5. Southern Hemisphere hopped. So we're talking, I think it's like Racow, Southern Cross, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh yeah, okay. So that's different. First thing, um, definitely not as like standard fruity, right? Like American hops just, when they make hazy IPAs, you get more familiar hop characteristics. Here, yeah, it's like, first off, it's floral. So it is quite like rosy, which I do get in a lot of hazy IPAs. But then there's almost like a smoky note to it. I don't know if these hops were like tainted by like possible fires that the Southern Hemisphere was dealing with, or just maybe that's just the files, just like expressing themselves as like smoky. I don't know. I mean, it's not like Rauch beer, but yeah. As I wait more of that floral element, and then more of this kind of like I don't know how to describe it. I call it like chapstick, like like if you ever like had it on your mouth, like this waxy, plasticky chapstick, lipstick kind of thing. Definitely my least favorite of the bunch so far. And then now onto the Wizards. And this one's the punchiest of the bunch. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, even comparing it to this one's obviously the darkest. It has a really beautiful golden hue to it. Definitely the most attractive beer of the bunch. And definitely smells the best. Wow, that's a big, like super ripe, passion fruit, mangoes, bang, bang. Oh yeah. That is super fruity. That's a real good. Wow, other half, yeah. So I will say I was on and off about other half for a minute. I think Will actually, if you guys remember reviews, Will lives not too far from here, and we've done a bunch of reviews together. He sent me some beers when I was in Florida, and actually, the crazy enough that I'm actually at this brewery. We actually get a consistent amount. I mean, not like everything, and it's like, hey, just buy 4 packs whenever you want, but almost like as if, like, if you can find it fresh, you can get other half like pretty consistently down where I am. Um, but this Wizards is fire. Just like the nose, soft, peachy, um, mangoes, passion fruit, papaya. The beer has a nice dryness to it. Obviously not very bitter. A little bit of light chalkiness, but nothing too bad. Very good takes on IPAs. I pretty much like all these, other than really to come out to play. And yeah, not really. Again, none of these beers really hit hard on those off flavors that I always talk about, the green vegetable character or the chalkiness. Um, yeah, very drinkable too. This 8.5, that'll get you in big trouble. I would not be jealous of somebody who had a 16-ounce can of that, because that was way too drinkable. Super ripe, tropical, peachy, um, and then it rides off really nice and clean. Um, Lingering a little bit of bitterness, but there's a nice dryness to this beer, not overly flabby, not overly what's what I'm looking for, like cloying. A lot of these beers can be cloying without balance on them. So there you go. That's a flight from other half. Man, I might try something else. We'll see. I'm curious. I mean, that's their house flight. Literally, like, if you want to make a flight, well, I guess you could make a flight there. I don't know how they accommodate that. But this is like, I don't know if you guys see. Yeah, I'll show you guys here. Like, I don't know how you do a flight there, because it's already pre-printed. So like, it already had you already get Green City and forever ever. And I guess the house flight, they change it out. Like, they prop. No offense. They might actually just do the 2 beers they want to get rid of the most, and rotate their inventory. And then Forever Ever and Green City were like always available to be ordered. So I guess assume if you're a local bar or brewery, or local bar or restaurant, you can always order a Green City. So those are 2 flagships. Order them as part of your flight and show them off, and then they throw a couple other beers on there. Diversity on the list is not great for what I saw, but it was there's some other beers on there, so maybe I'll dig into it. But the first trip in Gowanus, I got a bunch of other breweries to show you guys. Hopefully, I'll find some spaces where I can actually record for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy this kind of content. Just hanging out myself for the day, and it's going to be a nice brewery day. Until next time, cheers later, guys.